More than 2,000 years ago, at the famous Jisa Academy in the state of Sti, one thinker quietly reshaped Chinese political philosophy. His name was Shen Dao. By blending Taoist ideas about nature with a qaida about law, he created something entirely new. Most of his book, Shenzi, has been lost. Only fragments remain. But those fragments traveled far, across dynasties, borders, and languages, and they still speak to readers around the world today. Shen Dao lived from around 390 to 315 BCE. He was born in Handan, the capital of the state of Dao. This was the Warring States period, an age of constant war, political crisis, and intense intellectual creativity. Many philosophies were competing to answer one big question: how should a state be governed? Shen Dao first studied Taoism, learning ideas about following nature and avoiding excessive control. Later, he became deeply involved with the Fazai or Chinese legalism. Instead of choosing one side, he combined both. That's why later scholars called him the founder of the school of Daolin Fao. In his 30s, Cheng'e traveled east to the state of Xi. There he joined the Zisa Academy, the most important intellectual center in ancient China. Think of it as an early version of a think tank or academic salon. Scholars from all over China gathered there. They received official titles, salaries, and, most importantly, freedom to debate. At Xisha, Shen Dao exchanged ideas with famous thinkers like Mencius and Xinzi. His practical views on governance impressed the rulers. He served as a high official under King Zhuan of Qi, and later advised King Min of Qi. During this time, he supported reforms such as standardizing laws, selecting officials based on ability, not family background. These reforms made Tisa government more efficient, and its military stronger. Later, Shen Dao was invited to the southern state to his powerful but troubled conflicts among nobles, weak central authority, and pressure from rival states. As an advisor, King Sheng of Spuol, Shen Dao helped mediate disputes among noble families, simplify legal procedures, strengthen central rule while respecting local customs. It was in full that his philosophy fully matured. At the heart of Shen Dao's thought is a simple but radical idea: good governance should not depend on personal talent or moral judgment. Rulers should not govern by impulse or personal preference. Instead, they should rely on objective systems. That means governing through fact-clear, impartial laws and institutions, grounding those laws in the natural order of things, allowing flexibility as circumstances change. Unlike Shangyang's harsh Fazai plan, Shen Dao's system was more balanced. His ideas can be summed up like this: rulers should practice non-action, not micromanaging everything, but holding on to law and authority. Officials must defend the law, even at the cost of their own lives. Ordinary people followed the law through action, not abstract moral preaching. Most importantly, Shen Dao insisted, officials should not favor relatives, and the law should not bend out of kindness. Law for him had to apply it equally to everyone. One of Shen Dao's most influential ideas is sure or positional power. He explained it with a simple story. When the legendary sage King Yao was an ordinary man, he couldn't even make his neighbor listen. Once he became king, everyone obeyed. The difference wasn't personal virtue. It was position. Authority comes from the office, not the individual. And this authority wasn't divine. It was political, institutional, and based on equality before the law. This idea later became central to Fasa and imperial thought. Today, only 7 chapters of Shunzi survive. They were preserved in later collections by Xinshu Jiyao. Even in fragments, Shunzi's thinking is sharp and clear. They show that Chinese tradition of law-based suffrage was deeply connected to ideas about nature and balance.